It's time to sit down, grab a seat, don't be late. Click that stream, it's gonna be great. We're diving in deep with the liquid flow. He's breaking it down on the ultimate show. The chat is lit, the takes are hot. The dabble drama, we're getting low. It's time to sit down and watch Dabbling in the verse with the great liquid, yeah, forget the rest. This is first. He's gonna talk about what's going on tonight in the Dabble verse. Get your popcorn right, talking stuttering John, yeah, here we go. Carl in Rochester bringing that flow. The Shuley Network, you already know. So grab a beer and let's watch the show. He's got the clips, got the takes, got the vibe. Dabbling detectives on a wild ride. You want the lore, you want the beef. Liquid's got the sauce and zero grief. From parody wars to podcast crimes, we're breaking it down one stream at a time. So sit down and tune in, dabbling in the verse. Forget your worries, forget your curse. We're talking legends and loud cows too. A little bit petty, a whole lot true. Yeah, stuttering John, what's he done now? Carl in the mix with that audio. Shuley's crew's got the circus in tow. So grab a beer and let's watch the show. But you chose here. Welcome to the verse. Let's get weird. One more time for dabbling in the verse. It's Liquid's world and we're fully immersed. From trolls to tales to classic feuds, this show's got all the dabbling moods. He's talking John, Carl, and Shuley's crew. So crack that beer, maybe crack one too. It's prime time and you already know. Let's watch the show. Let's go!
Had the mic turned off. Welcome to Dabbling in the Verse. I'm your host, Liquid Cryptid. You can call me Cryptid. Look at all the great viewers we have today. I actually have some. Yes, I want to talk about Ava. It's no secret that I am no fan of hers and haven't been for some time. And the big news, Aaron Imholte is out of jail and loved it. Made a lot of friends, played some great basketball. It's fucking... It is absolutely ridiculous the cope that he's decided to put up with his 7 days, I think it ended up being, in jail, where his story should have been, yeah, I read a couple of books. That should have been it. Instead, he's been out in the field. He's acting like he was there for months. Hold on a second. Sorry, frog in my throat. Don't take a nap before going live. I'm all bleh. Anyway, we got that. But a little bit of house cleaning at first. For those you may or may not know, I created a application that allows me to transcribe and put it to a searchable format. Video and audio files, media files, and I have been downloading Howard Stern archives. I have about 1,000 files right now, about 1,000 audio files from Howard Stern archives that I've found and been posted. I wanted to use it on a better video card because I've been using it on the GPU, which is a 3050, NVIDIA 3050, but it's on my notebook. It's only got 8 gigs of VRAM, so it can't support large models or anything like that. And I actually use this computer, and I'd prefer that the GPU not be at 100% utilization and have all its VRAM used up constantly all the time when I want to do stuff like this. That also uses that same GPU, also uses GPU and VRAM processors. So I threw it over on my other computer, which is on all the time. It's the one that all it does now, or has been doing, is just recording videos from the Dabbleverse. Where I get a lot of my videos from, where if you look down my videos down below, you'll see I usually have stuff that's from people who like deleted their stuff, or people who put it behind the paywall and things like that. If something happens in the Dabbleverse and you're looking for a video of it, hit me up on X. I probably have a recording of it that I can get you. So I decided to put it on that computer, and I did, but it took a while. AMD doesn't like NVIDIA. Their drivers are really nice. Every single one of their drivers, every single one of their cards supports using AI and processing for our general blah, 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 blah. They support using their video cards for compute, whether it be AI or for math or whatever. All their cards support that through CUDA. AMD doesn't do that. Their only cards that really support it are their professional cards, or their high-end cards. They're specifically designed for that. Like, they're not designed for gaming. So you have to do kind of a roundabout kind of stuff. It took a while, but I finally got it working on the AMD card. But then I ended up into portability issues with some of the stale logic that I had for the thing. Anyway, what happening is I ended up accidentally deleting the the almost week of transcribing I did for my Howard Stern archives, and then I ended up getting about 300 more. So about 1,000 files now, and I'm redoing it now. It's been going for 48 hours. Hold on. Bring this up. It's been going for 48 hours now. And we've done 11. Hold on, let's got that. Got the remote window open here. Let me go here. As you can see, we've done 11 out of 671. Keep in mind, I just added about another 350. So, yeah, in 48 hours, it's done 11. But this is also using the large language. This is also using the large model. So, what'd I do? Oh, I grabbed the wrong window. That's going to mess up that recording. It's just Chad going over pretty much the same thing I'm going over. Here, so, okay, it's good. So, yeah, it's going to take a while. But as I said, it's using the large model, the large Whisper CPP model, so it takes a little bit longer. All right, so that's some general housekeeping. Now, let's get on to the meat. Now that people are here and I've bored everybody to death and had them leave. It is no secret that I am not a fan of Ava Raiza. You can see my videos down below, the Jake Hudson incident, and I am done with Ava Raiza. Be sure to check those out if you want to know sort of the kind of deeper history, but I'm going to give like an abbreviated history. I don't have any videos or anything like that. We've all seen the bullshit that Ava Raiza has been pulling, and the thing is that this is not the first time she's been pulling that bullshit. She did that to me and several others. Pull my chair up a little bit. She did it with me and several others with Jake Hudson, almost the same deal that she did with Rob and Nasty Neal with John. Essentially, she finds a retard that she can manipulate, and then any of the people, or this retard's friends, or people who go on there that she cannot manipulate, she separates them. As I said, this happened to me. And she'll make up any lie to do that, and which is what happened, once again, with me, personal experience. I'm not going to go into the others' experiences, my own personal experience, but this started months ago when she first started going on. Well, right after I think it was the second time for the first time, whatever. Right after she went on Point Double Point the first time, she ended up coming on our show, Dabbling in Politics. She said she was very nervous and wasn't very good on air and didn't know what to do. So we said, hey, come on our show. Nobody's watching. You like politics. Let's get into it. It's perfect practice, right? So she was on and she was on and she was on. And I was starting to get to the point where it's like, let me back this up a little bit. We had a guy named Krishan the Don on who does a show called Misfit Nation with his co-host Skrills. I always forget his name. It's like Kill Skrill or something like that. Anyway, I told Ava, hey, you should watch this show. It's pretty good. Everybody should go to Rumble or here on YouTube. Go to Misfit Nation. Very good show. Funny. They mostly do social issues. Anyway, so Ava went over there and was watching, and I was watching once, and then she's like, they said something, and then Ava threw up something in the chat, send the link, which we all know now. She does, often, all the time, everywhere. Kind of known for it. And basically, Krishan was like, well, we have a call-in section. You can come and call in then. And she just started spurging out in the fucking chat, calling them dumb, stupid, fat, ugly, just constantly, just like 99% of their chat were her just spurging out for like the hour and a half or so, 2 hours. And I DM'd her at the time because we were friends, and I said, hey, don't do it. Nobody's going to send you the link if you're spurring it out in their chat because you didn't get the link. All right? You're don't do that. So, fast forward a little bit more. We were on a show, and we're doing a Dabbling in Politics, and Nick forgot to hit send on a link that he sent her. Now, at the time, I was okay with it because I was getting tired of having her on. She would constantly, she did what she does now is she'd come on in the middle of the show, not having heard the show, and then say, hey, what's going on? What are you guys talking about? And then we'd have to start the show over. And it ended up, our shows started going, way, way, way longer than I really wanted to. There's even a time or two where I had to dip out at the end because I was just like, man, I got shit to do. I can't be here all goddamn night. So I was okay with her not coming on anymore by about that point anyway. And then, but she was spurging out our chat because Nick hadn't sent her the link. And Nick's like, I sent the link. I don't know what she's on about. So then shortly after that, the Jake Hudson incident occurred, in where Mumbling Nick, made a video at 3 a.m. and the gist of it is, what can we as Jake Hudson's friends do to sort of not enable his worst behaviors? Sort of just say, hey, Jake, if you're going to do that, I can't be here, sort of thing. Tough love or whatever, sort of thing. That afternoon, or that evening, we went into Dabbling in Politics. Well, yeah, I caught on to that pretty quickly, and not just because of the Young Old Vibe says because he/she is mentally ill. Yeah, I caught on to that pretty early, and not just because of the being trans thing. It's more of a, she's unstable. She is absolutely unstable. She spurgs at the fucking drop of a hat. So anyway, I caught on to that pretty early, and anyway, when we had a Dabbling in Politics that night, I went on, and I just want to talk about sort of, I briefly commented on Nick's video that he made about Jake, and I said, it's very well done and honestly accurate. So I went into more of a no online friends thing. I don't know how famous it is. I'm famously anti having online friends. I mean, you have friends online, but they're not your friends. They're acquaintances. They're people you like. They're people you're friendly with. And that's basically what I went into. And then we went into, I believe, a Politics Plus, a Stuttering John thing. And then Krishan the Don came on, or asked for the link because he wanted to talk about Jake and Nick's video. And then another guy named Chris Peeps, who some of you may or may not know, is a longtime acquaintance and, well, I would say friend, but knows Jake for a long time, like 8-9 years or something like that. It's been on shows with him, been to his house, everything, knows all the whole story. So we were just talking about Jake. And sorry again, man. Again, don't take a nap before especially you get sinus issues. Anyway, so as we're talking, and basically the subject is, what could we as Jake's friends do to, once again, not enable Jake's horror behaviors that, may hurt him. So then Ava comes on and just starts screaming at us, just say, you can't tell Jake what to do. Jake's a beta, or Jake's an alpha. You guys are all betas, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You guys are all dumb, ugly, fucking stupid. What are you doing? You can't talk to Jake like this. You can't talk about Jake like this, et cetera, et cetera. Just going off, just absolutely unhinged. It was fucking, I'm just sitting here going, what the fuck? I was just like, you're not listening to us at all. You're hearing what you want to hear. It was basically what I was trying to tell her. And it was like, this isn't what we're talking about here. So after the show, we were backstage chit-chatting. And Ava just went back to, so I was just like, oh, I was just doing a show. Because we were chit-chatting and everything was fine. And I noticed Jake went live like right after we shut down the show. And I was like, okay, here we go, guys. So I pulled it up and I'm looking at it. I was like, oh, Jake didn't see it. Jake didn't know. This is just a coincidence. And Ava says, oh, I'm going to go over there and tell her what you've been saying. And we're all like, okay. I mean, remember at the time, we're fine with Ava at the time. We're friends. We're like, hey, she's not going to go over there and be disingenuous. And she went over there and immediately started fucking lying about everything we said. Once again, you can see that down in the Jake Hudson incident live stream that I did. If you want to check that out, I have all the videos and receipts and everything there. I didn't do that for this because I didn't really want to spend that much time talking about Ava. Because it's not fun for me, because she pisses me off and makes me angry. So she does that, and then she basically goes on a whirlwind tour lying about all of this. And lying about everything that was said, lying to everybody. Of course, we all got blocked. The funniest thing about the live stream that Jake was on was when Ava was basically lying about us all being assholes and telling him what to do and basically manipulating him, trying to get him to block us all. Nick saw what was coming and blocked Jake first. Then pissed Jake off more than anybody when he went to block Nick. And he's like, Nick already blocked me. That asshole already blocked me. I was just laughing my balls off. And of course, I got the fuck you message from Jake that many people are familiar with. And I've been blocked ever since. Anyway, so that's kind of my history with Ava. She basically spent months just going around on a whirlwind tour of talking to everybody she can get to listen that I'm an asshole. Okay, so that's why I do not like her. As I said, I could have the videos and everything like that, but it was more work than I wanted to put into Ava. So I'm just going to tell the story here. So anyway, fast forward to current day, where now everybody sees what a lying piece of shit and asshole that she actually is. This is kind of the day I've been waiting for. I put those videos out. Sitting back and I'm saying, she's going to show her face to everybody. This is going to happen in front of the large stage because this is the kind of person she is. She's unstable. She's mentally ill. She is not a psychology major. I guarantee that. She doesn't even know the difference between nihilism and cynicism. So I can guarantee she's not a psychology major. She may have interest in the things that she says she does, but she doesn't study psychology. Probably like got some worthless degree like gender studies or something, and she doesn't want to admit that. Anyway, so now she's on John, and she separated Rob because Rob will not be manipulated by her. She separated Neil because Neil would not be manipulated by her. And she's back to her own shit. So, and I will say this, that I don't have the receipts for it. I don't remember it absolutely clearly, but I do remember was either during or after a dabbling in politics. I think it was after the back room that she did admit to that the night thing was her fault. She wanted to do that. She found out that night that John's trans son lived in the area and that she could try to befriend him. Her idea, I remember it. I believe in the back. It was, I downloaded all the dabbling in politics shows that she was on and transcribed them all, did a bunch of searches trying to find out, remember what the conversation was, and I couldn't find it, so I don't think it was actually on air. And I don't have the receipts because I'm not the kind of douchebag that records the backstage stuff. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was her idea to contact Knight. I'm fairly certain. I want to say that she was trying to get back on PDP or Rico or something, and she felt like that would get her some more attention. And I want to say I said, drive by the house or whatever, sure, or something like that. And I think Nick was just like, leave the kids alone. I don't know, something like that, but I will say that. But anyway, yeah, Ava's a piece of shit. She's an unstable asshole. And I'm glad everybody's starting to see her for that now. And then once again, it's not because she's trans, it's because she's a fucking asshole, a piece of shit, and she's unstable, and she fucking flies off at the fucking drop of a hat. She's crazy. She's absolutely crazy. And everybody's started to see that recently anyway. I've noticed more and more shows that really don't want to have her on anymore because she just comes in and makes it the Ava show. Whenever she goes on a show, everybody's tired of her asking for the link. Everybody it's funny on John's show or with Neil, when Neil says, hey, the reason why people think you're begging for attention, we need his attention, is because you keep constantly asking everybody for the link. She's like, give me examples. I don't do that. And like literally everybody's like, oh no, you beg for the link every fucking where. And if you don't get the link, you fucking spurg out in the chat. No, this is well known about Ava. So anyway, that's my bit on Ava. Once again, she's an asshole. She's a dirtbag. She's unstable, crazy person. And she's perfect for John. So, that being said, Steel Toe, Aaron Imholte. I need to work on my segues. See, Aaron Imholte is out of jail. That is right. He is out of jail, and he had the best time of his life in jail. Apparently. I haven't seen all of it. I've got it recorded. I haven't looked through it yet but Stalin 19 is the man and has been putting out clips immediately as they show up. So we're going to go through those. I haven't watched them all, about a half hour long. And as I said, I decided I'd take a nap. I just got up like an hour ago, so I haven't been able to have a chance to watch these. But I've watched a little bit of it. And from what I've seen so far, I was immediately like, oh man, this is fantastic. This is fucking great. So hey, let's get into it.
Man, shit, I'm back from my bid upstate. I did a bid, what it is, dude. What it do? The 15th Street Crips, you know what I'm saying? I represent, I hold it down. You know what I mean? I was gonna say you
Yo,
know what
dog.
I'm saying, but that's not how we talk. I gotta.
It's we now.
Me and the brothers. I just want to let everyone know before we get into anything, you are looking at the Cell Block B East 212 basketball champion.
For last week. I don't even understand how that's like. He was there for 7 days, 8 days.
They say that when you go on the inside that you're supposed to learn something, from the I learned a lot.
What did you learn?
One thing I learned, I can still fucking ball. I can still ball. Hey, let me tell you something.
Yeah, when you play against a bunch of guys that are in there for DWIs, you might move a little.
I was the only white guy on the court, my man. I was also about 4 or 5 inches taller than everyone. That helped.
All right, Larry Bird.
Oh, that's what they called me.
They called you Larry Bird?
So we're doing warm-ups, and all these guys are trying to dunk and shit, and they're shooting threes.
There's
and
nothing about this that is true.
Crossovers and stuff. I just go in right-handed dribble, left-handed little layup, and they go, oh, shit, that's Larry Bird. If there were two things I became known for on the inside.
See, this is his cope. This is his, hey, you haters. See, I actually had a good time in jail.
Best goddamn center on the basketball court. And the cribbage guy. While you're in there.
Oh, did he win the cribbage tournament as well?
While you don't have, while you're locked down, while you're not out in the day room and everything else, you got all kinds of time. So I had a legal pad.
That was actually one of my big questions was, like, are you allowed to, like, keep track of time, like what time it is during the day? Or
yeah, it's called a clock.
Kind of have your routine to maintain you.
I had a phone.
Oh, they let you have your phone?
Yeah, not my, no. In fact, you can't send text messages or phone calls after 11 p.m. on the phone they give you. But I had an unlimited movie package for like $20, I think, and I finally watched The Big Short. I was very excited about that.
How was The Big Short?
I love that movie. I bought it on Amazon Prime as soon as I got home. Love The Big Short. I watched a bunch of Marvel movies. I hadn't seen Ant-Man Quantumania. Let's start from the beginning. We'll get.
Yeah, he was talking about that before going in. But, I mean, that's actually the sort of thing that I would expect from somebody in jail. It's just like, I read some books. I watched them. Well, I guess watching movies now, it's been a long time since I went to jail. Okay, we didn't have this sort of shit when, in the 90s when I was a kid and I went to jail.
So, yes, I had a phone. We'll get to more of that soon. You can watch movies, listen to music, text people at 13 cents a pop. That was the most expensive thing I did in there was text. I text with SP. I text with my mom. I text, and those were I wrote down 3 numbers before I went in because, I don't have my contacts, obviously. My mom, my girlfriend, and my attorney, Brian Johnson, who is the best attorney I've ever had. This guy's you guys, if you
Gone
guys
through a lot, have you?
If you guys need anything, if you guys need DUI defense, help from a crazy stalker, Brian Johnson's a pit bull, man. This guy's a dog. He's great. Heller and Thyan in St. Cloud or South Rapids.
I worked with Heller and Thyan before for
Did
my.
You?
I did it for something really lame and gay, the whole bankruptcy thing
Sure.
because of medical bills.
Brian is an animal. He's very, very good. I will say this. I think it's funny that Candace keeps violating that gag order, but let me tell you something. You want to piss off a judge? You want to make sure they never have your back? Go ahead and violate a gag order. See what happens. Because it's basically the judge then, like, judges are smart people. They went to school. They were lawyers. They're up.
They don't want to mediate an argument.
They deserve to have an ego, right? They're intelligent, like, accomplished people. So when some peasant starts violating their gag order, they're like,
Did I forget to unmute? I forgot to unmute. Gag order, not gag order. And also, yes, judges are smart people, Aaron. Congratulations on that knowledge. And yes, you would know what happens when you keep continuously violating your conditions of release in your gag order.
like, what are you, stupid? Who do you think you are? Like, you don't respect me? You piece of
This
shit.
was me trying to be nice, asshole.
Right. So I was reading the paper every day, and I'm like, holy shit, I get a lot more information reading the paper than going on all these internet sites, because the internet sites are all people's opinion and clickbait and all that, whereas these newspaper articles are just full of information. One thing I will say, being in jail, is that we need to get rid of phones. We need to get rid of instant access to the internet. It's such a better life. I will say something. being away from my phone. I know I have the tablet device for movies and shit. That's not really a phone. It's like a jitterbug. I mean, it's a flip phone. It's not a flip phone, but it's kind of that function.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of those phones, man. You're like the way people communicated in jail versus the way people communicate online. They are far more well behaved in jail. Look, I kind of dropped a lot of my politics in there, too. I'm not like, I know a lot of people are going to be like, Trump rules and Trump this and Trump that. I don't really care anymore. Also, being in jail look, it's not libto. We're not going to have libto. But my thoughts on the whole system that we have has been severely altered. It's a borderline. I wouldn't say it's an evil system because I don't think it's intentional, but it's a bad system that we have for.
It's designed to self.
There's a show. What is that show? Where there's a person in jail. They were like in jail. Oh, it was Red versus Blue. It was one of the episodes of Red versus Blue. I don't know anybody who watched that. It's a great show. Where one of the Red, I think it was Griff, one of the Reds was in prison for like 3 hours. And he comes out and says, he starts talking like this, like, I'm institutionalized now. Like, I'm going to give my lawyer, like, talking like he's, like, all hard and shit like that. And this reminds me of that. It's like, motherfucker, you're in jail for 7 days. He acts like he's been in jail for a year.
Which is the problem.
Bingo.
Like, it's recidivism.
It's not designed to fix a goddamn thing. And it's Ronald Reagan's fault. I've always preached that we should have brought back the state hospitals. And for me, it was because I want to lock crazy people away. And after going in, I want the state hospitals more than ever because I'm like, holy shit, a lot of these people I was in there with could really be helped. And then one guy is there. We're both standing at the desk where the CO is.
Mm-hmm.
And the COs are great. Like, they bullshit with everybody. They're fun. I liked all those.
Everybody's great. Everybody's great to Aaron. The lawyers are great. The cops were great. The court was great. The judge is beautiful and great. And then she sends me to jail, and it's like, oh, it's fucking whore.
Guys, one of them was really wanted to talk to me about like small town Minnesota while I was playing solitaire, and like I was trying to give him the golf vibe, but he's in charge, so I didn't. I was just like nice. No, they did give me 2 nicknames. We were on our way to indoor rec. We were on our way.
Probably New Fish and I don't know. What's another good one? Tasty Ass and whatever. I got nothing.
Basketball. And one of them goes, "Hey, yo, man, I got a deal for you." I go, "What?" He goes, "You get to pick. I want you to pick your name." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Dude, I got
Delta
2
Zero.
ideas for like a nickname for you. I want you to pick one." I go, "Okay." And like when you're in indoor rec, there's 2 doors, right? A door leaving your cell block, and then the door going out to the hallway to go to indoor rec. And it's like recess. And they close one door before they open the other. So there's like 15, 20 of us standing in one little area waiting for the one door to open. And so everybody's in there. And the guy goes, "Yo, what would you rather be called? Dwight?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm like, here." They thought, by the way, they were brilliant for the Dwight thing. I'm like, that is great. But like for 20 years, I've been getting Dwight, or Radio. And I go,
radio's not bad.
Well, I asked him, I go, "Why radio?" Like, I asked him, I'm like, the retarded Cuba Gooding Jr. He goes, no, because CO said, like, you got a radio show. So, like.
He wants us to believe that he is recognized in fucking jail. Oh, Jesus. Well, I probably told the CO or something like that, but Jesus. He's in jail for 7 days.
There were like 4 employees during my time there that were Steel Toe viewers, followers, listeners, whatever you want to call it.
How the fuck is that even possible?
And they would advertise it. At least 3 out of the 4.
They give you extra mashed potatoes.
None of that.
They'd promote.
None of this is true.
One guy, one of the
None of this is true. I guarantee he just laid in his cell and watched movies the whole time. That is what is accurate.
First days I was there, he kicked his toilet so much that he broke part of his toilet. So they had to take him away, and he had a mental illness. And
Okay, I was gonna say, why is he kicking the shitter? What's going on?
It wasn't like a violent guy. It was just a mental health episode, and they had to restrain him and take him out.
Plus, I'm only going off of like Shawshank Redemption and like the like Alcatraz thing and stuff like that. But wasn't that shit made out of metal? I thought those things were like
no,
units.
it's like a normal porcelain toilet, and you have a
No,
normal
they're made of
porcelain
metal.
sink. They're not
Nice.
connected to each other or anything. But
Well, I don't know about Minnesota, but the one time I was there, yeah, it was the standard prison toilet that we've all seen. I don't know what kind of prison is this guy in.
so he did that, and as I'm walking up the stairs.
He's got a cell phone. He can do texting and stuff. He's got a tablet for watching movies. What kind of prison is this? Or not prison, jail. What kind of jail is this? I want to go to jail now. If this is jail how it is now, it is not. He's lying. But if this is jail how it is now, then I'd go. Here, we're gonna feed you. Let you get some exercise, any medical needs you want. Oh, and here's a phone so you can text people and contact people, and here's a tablet. You can watch all the movies you want. Like, this is like how I want to live now.
Stairs to go back to myself or something. The employee fixing the toilet, who had been sent in to repair it, makes eye contact with me, and in my head I'm going, no, don't. And he looks at me, he goes, hey, man, love the show. I'm like, oh.
Did not happen.
I'm walking up to my jail cell, and the technician fixing the shitter is like, hey, man, love your show. I'm like, we can do this at the grocery store. I'd rather we didn't do this.
You know what? Like, I'm glad he loves the show.
Yeah.
I actually have one of those. I would have loved it more if he'd been like, hey, dude, another win for the toe. And then just kind of left it there.
So then one of the ladies running indoor rec said, oh, my God, it's you. You're the steel toe guy. And I said, yep. So then everyone's around there. Here's it, and they're like, you get.
I think there was somebody who did say that this is going to be his story once he gets back, that everybody knew who he was in jail. I forget who it was. It was probably either Melton or Carl or somebody. But I remember before he went in that somebody did say, he's going to come out and his cope is going to be, everybody loved me. Everybody knew who I was. Everybody watched the show. There's all these fans in there, and that was great. And they carried me around on their shoulders, and I was, star athlete and all this stuff. Like all the stuff he's saying now, I think was actually already predicted. I think somebody said that this would be his cope. Granted, none of this happened.
All these convicts.
I'd just like to point out, none of this happened. Okay, he sat in his bunk. He laid in his bunk for whatever it was, 7-8 days, and watched movies. That's what happened. He may have gone out and walked around the yard for rec or whatever, but he kept to himself. He didn't talk to anybody. None of this happened.
Now going, yo, man, you got to put me on your show. Or, yo, man, you know what you got to do? Go on your show, talk about how corrupt this person in Stearns County is and how they me over. And I'm like, guys, I'm trying to behave myself. I'm trying to, straight and narrow the whole thing. And he's like, yo, can I come on your show? And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I like you, but I'm doing my show from my house, and I'd rather.
Hey, man, if it helps, I'll take a minor sabbatical if you got some other people you want to pull through on the roster. I heard I was getting fired for Granny a week ago, so I'm like, all right,
yeah,
let's go.
Yeah, that's we're in heavy negotiations. But that's the thing. All those guys in there are funny. Like they're all great to hang out with. They're all hilarious, and it's like. Looking back on it, it makes me a little sad because I'm like, these guys could have been, and still can be. A lot of them.
Oh wait, no, it was Aaron. Aaron said he's not going to want to get out because he's going to be sad to leave all the friends that he made inside. Jesus, this guy.
It can be anything. Like they're engaging, they're charismatic, they're funny, they're friendly, they're fun guys to hang
criminals
out with. But they're all very friendly. They're all really funny. We had a great time. You know, my role is like a facilitator of shit to do kind of worked out really well in there because guys didn't really do much. You know, they'd hang out in the day room or even at indoor rec. They didn't do a lot. And then when I got in there, you know, I'd be like, hey, who wants to play cribbage? And I taught a couple people how to play cribbage. So I was sick of cribbage by the time I was done, but I had people to play with.
Once again, how was he in there for 7 days, 7 days? He got out a little early, I think, because of the weekend thing. Like he was supposed to get out on like Saturday, and I think he got out on like Friday or something like that. How did he, in like the 7 days he was in, got sick of cribbage, taught everybody cribbage, was an absolute basketball star, watched every movie he wanted to watch? It's like none of this makes sense, Aaron. This is great. This is fantastic, Cope.
I'd be like, hey guys, let's start a game at 21, or
Or I think I don't think it's Cope as much as it is trying to get back at the haters. All the haters, you know, everything was great. You thought it was going to be bad, but everything was great. You know, take that, you haters.
You and I versus these two guys and this and that. Like, you've hung out with me before. Like, I can't sit still, and I'm like, let's go play some bags, or let's go do this, or let's go. And that was a lot. Like, that was an appreciated role in there. Was like facilitating shit to do because people are bored.
What did the prison system do before Aaron
Pretty
Imholte?
much. But no, nobody had a problem with anyone. Well, now, obviously something happened because at one point we got pulled out of, we were in the outdoor yard playing basketball. I had 2 cellmates while I was there. I had like 3 nights where I was by myself, but I had a couple DUI guys that got.
So it was a bunk bed situation?
There was a weekender. There was a weekender there for DUI, and then there was another guy who got picked up for DUI that day. And both of them cool. Me and my second cellmate were out in the yard playing basketball, and they called us in, and they were like,
Second cellmate.
Are there any problems in there? Is any?
I was saying, this guy acts like he's been in for a year.
Notice any thing that could be?
Well, I mean, it could be second cellmate in that there's another guy that was only being there for a short amount of time. So I mean, he's only in county jail, and he's probably in like low security. I guess, is there low security at county jail? I don't know. Last time I went, it was just county jail.
A fight or anything? We're like, no.
It also wasn't cell phones and fucking tablets.
Like, okay, we're just checking to make sure, is everything okay with it? And we're like, yeah, no, everything's good. And like my cellmate was holding on to my pocket, and we were totally cool. And
I got a hold on the pocket over here.
So like one of the COs, like,
Obviously
I guess there was
joke.
word that maybe something was going to happen, but like everybody was fine. Everybody was cool. If it was, I was totally oblivious.
Like, how was the food? You know, the part that you probably were most concerned.
You know what the saddest part is?
What's that?
The food is better than like school cafeteria food.
Well, let's be honest here. That's a low bar to get over. School cafeteria food's actually awful, but I think this is another thing that somebody said. Oh, the food was going to. For this is probably 2 years, so I can't do Aaron. Oh, the food is going to be great. He's going to say the food is going to be great. He was a star athlete, and
we don't feed our children as well as we feed our prisoners. And look, we don't feed our prisoners great. By the time I got out, thanks to all the basketball and the food schedule, I lost 3 pounds.
Nice.
I got it all back this weekend. I could eat again. Like, I could eat whatever I wanted.
That's reasonable. That's actually reasonable. About 2 to 3 pounds a week is actually a pretty good rate of weight loss, especially when you're actually active and not overeating. That's something I need to do as well. I'm still losing weight.
So I consumed 3 country fried steaks. I consumed 3 country fried steaks in one weekend.
That's a lot, dude. That's a lot.
I had a Jimmy John's sandwich. I was excited to have a Jimmy John's sandwich. I don't blame you. SP picked me up from jail, and I said, I just got out of jail. I want 2 things. I want a cheeseburger, and she goes, no. And I said, I want to call a press conference. The worst parts were, you're not going to believe this. The worst part
was leaving.
7 days.
The worst part.
I mean, I get the joke, right?
was the being locked down in your cell. Like, as odd as it sounds, being away from people was the worst part.
Well, what happened to being the basketball champion and teaching everybody, what was it, snooker or whatever, the fucking Parcheesi or whatever that game is?
But I
How
feel
long, like every day, were you locked down in the cell?
hour and a half, 2 hours at a time, and then you were out for 2.5 hours at a time.
Okay.
Unless it was like indoor rec, that was a separate time. That's an extra hour and a half. Then there was a thing called education. I thought that was like classes and shit. Turns out that's just like computer lab and watching movies. I didn't go any of the 7 days I was there. One of the guys, Thursday, they all knew I was getting out. One of the guys I was hanging out with was like, "Hey man, why don't you ever go to education, man? You've never gone." And I'm like, I thought that was like parenting classes and shit. And they're like, no, we go to we play computer games and we watch movies and this and that. I'm like, you told me the day before I leave? So now I got to go back in and make sure
There's a water park over there. I find this out now.
Right? I made
Never
breakfast. We hung out for a few hours and I was kind of shocked at how fine I was. I was not looking forward to going in. You got to remember, this is before, the tablets and the basketball and all. All I'm thinking is I'm going to jail. And I thought I was going in for longer than I did. I went in for a week. It was supposed to be 8 days, and it turned out to be barely 7.
Yeah.
And they weren't counting time. They were counting days. That's why I got released on day 8. I didn't serve 8 days. I served 7 days, 6.5 technically. And they let me go at 5 in the morning on the 8th day. I thought that it was going to be whatever time I checked in.
And then start the clock.
So I got in early. I got in like 11:30. And they let me out at 5 in the morning. I had until 3 p.m. to check in. So I went in
Like they had like a check-in window?
yeah, I had. I came in 3.5 hours early. So I gave them a free 3.5 hours. Stupid. Stupid. I will say this. You know how I said I was 50-50 on whether I wanted to serve it all at once versus weekends?
Yeah.
Like they both had their benefit. I am so glad I did it this way.
He didn't have a choice. He was ordered to do it this way. What do you mean he's so glad he decided to do it this way? The judge decided he'd do it this way.
Because I would have just gotten out this morning at like 4:30. This would have been my second weekend. And then I'd be looking at going back again this coming weekend. Ugh.
Right.
And then the next one. Well,
so it was really just a lot easier to just get in.
Everybody who
the
said
routine,
that was
steamroll.
absolutely right. You got to just do the whole thing all at once.
I forget that the judge ordered that. God, this guy, I love this guy. This guy is great. He gaslights himself, everybody else.
I mean, I was annoying the COs because I had so many questions about getting out Friday because it was one of those things where I was like, this is fantastic, amazing news. And I need to hear it from like 4 people before I believe it. And so I was kind of asking them lots of questions and they were very nice, very polite. So Friday morning, it wasn't until the kids left that I got a little choked up. Once the kids, I think there was like a distraction in there. And then once the kids were gone and it was just SP and I was starting to be like, oh, this is, I had the Henry Hill thing going on where I just wanted to take the couple of pills and, okay, take me to jail. I was just at that point,
Let's do this.
Yeah. So I didn't want to leave a vehicle there for a week, obviously. So SP takes me to the county jail. And I told her I don't go in because it's literally just going to be me checking in and then waiting to get booked in. So she was having a bit of a tough time. I was like, to me, man, I was just kind of resigned to it. I'm like, okay, this is my reality. This is what I'm doing. So,
I mean, honestly, it's the smartest decision. It's not like you're going to change it now.
Right. So I'm just kind of like, yeah,
Decision.
I'm going in
Let's just do this.
And by the time we got there,
Well, I guess he could have decided to skip out on it. What the fuck? This isn't a decision.
I was fine, but I was kind of like consoling her and like kind of trying to help her through it, and she was having a difficult time. So I sat there in the car for a while. I think we got there like 11, and I left the car at like 11:30. We sat outside the building for a while, and I went up
days.
there. I checked in. I didn't bring my phone with me. I didn't want a lot of stuff, so I left my phone, my wallet, my keys with her, and I went in. Well, I sat there for like an hour and 15 minutes, like in this state of limbo, not free, not in jail. Now, technically, my time had started, but I'm sitting out in this lobby area in the county services building. Like, I'm not handcuffed. I'm not anything like that. I'm just sitting there. So I'm like, God damn, I wish I would have brought my phone. I'd be playing some Royal Crush, or I'd be dicking around on the phone or something, whatever. So I'm sitting there.
I think they already take that stuff by the time you check in. But then again, I didn't have a choice either. But I had a police escort to my jail check-in.
Finally,
I wasn't handcuffed to a chair or anything, but yeah, I was given a polite escort by the people who were unhappy with me to my jail check-in.
Look, if you're a fan of the show, you're not going to care. But if you don't like me, you're going to hate this part. I went and by the way, which is on you, I went and grabbed a Bible and I just started reading the Gospels, starting at Matthew.
Oh,
and I'm like, this will kill some time. Bible, I don't know if you know this. Bible's a big book. New Testament, not as big as the Old. The Gospels, not as much as the Old Testament. But plenty of reading to be done there. So I start reading Matthew, and I didn't get all the way through. Or did I? I don't think I got all the way through. I read more once I was in, like during lockdown times, but I don't
so
think I
that
got
was
through Matthew there. But I mean, I was, God damn, man, I had to take breaks. It was taking so damn long.
Okay, so he taught people card games, was basketball champion, watched tons of movies, and made a good headway into the Bible in 7 fucking days.
And I'm like, well, I don't want to. And then part of me was like, why don't I go do a lap around the building? Why don't I go walk around the building? I'm not sure I was allowed to, but I thought about it. And then I'm like, well, what if they call me to come take me out of there? And then I'm walking around the building. It's going to, like, is that an escape? I don't know.
Did they have church services while you were there? Did you go to church services?
They didn't announce them.
Okay.
They didn't announce them. I don't know if they did or not, but no, I didn't. They didn't say anything about it. But like on my phone, I had a Bible, and I had some religious stuff in the apps that were on the phone that I had. So I go in. So on Friday, they bring me in, and it was the only time that I was handcuffed. They bring you in, and when they bring you through the metal detector, and they bring you through to pat you down at the check-in at Central Booking, you wear handcuffs for about 30 to 60 seconds. You get them on, they get you through there, they do that, and then they take them off.
Take them right back off?
Yeah, so you do all that, you give out your possessions. I had money that I wanted to put in my canteen to begin with. They take the booking fee out of that, and then you go to Central Booking. Central Booking is 1,000% the worst part of the whole thing. Central Booking is boring as hell. You can hear the crazy people who have mental problems down the hall in Central Booking. Because Central Booking is just like everybody who got picked up.
Everybody's there. It's almost
Everybody's
like Gen
there.
Pop.
No, Gen Pop is different because the cell block you go into is very specific to kind of what you did.
Okay, well, so wait, so they're like Gen Pop is just that block and not like everybody?
Gen Pop is your cell block. So you have a lower tier and an upper tier. I was in upper tier. For a couple hours, lower tier goes out into the day room. Then upper tier goes out into the day room. General population is when you go into your cell block. That's when both tiers are out. That's general population. That mealtime is general population. Central Booking is different. That's Central Booking. That's where you go before you get
booked,
put somewhere or released, whatever you're in there for. So
Central booking was me just feverishly trying to fall asleep. And that's when I did some push-ups, I did some yoga crunches, I exercised, I did some DDP yoga ignition stuff and shit like that, and I would fall asleep. I think I fell asleep for like 2 or 3 hours the first time. The food in Central Booking
Not so good.
and I hated the audience. I had to eat dinner in Central Booking, so I got into Central Booking at about 1. And then I didn't get into Cell Block B until 9:30-ish.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yeah, so I was in there for about 8.5 hours. The first meal, baked potato and sweet potatoes.
That's it?
And there was some, like,
I was
cornbread
gonna say, like,
thing.
it's a lot of starch to stuff you up on.
There was
but okay.
there was some cornbread, and then, like, it wasn't pineapple chunks. It was like pineapple skins floating in water. It was horseshit. It's terrible. And they don't have any. It's not like the Cell Block where you have vending machines and soda machines and all that. You can eat whatever you want. This was you eat this or you don't eat. And
Okay.
and I love potatoes. So I ate the potatoes, but I hated all you guys while I was eating the potato. I don't like that I thought of this audience while I was in Central Booking eating potatoes. So I go into Central Booking, and then I get out
What?
for a while.
Jesus Christ, this guy's fucking consumed with his self. He's consumed with his own fucking show. I'm sitting here eating this stuff. It's like, oh, all the haters were right.
That's where I meet my first Steel Toe fan. Luckily, an employee, not a resident.
There's no Steel Toe fans there.
And we were talking a little bit, and, you know, he's got to ask me the questions like, are you going to hurt yourself? Are you going to this? Are you going to have you drank or anything? I thought about that, and I thought about, like, should I go have a couple of drinks before I go to jail? And I went, no, because I don't know if that's going to fuck you over. I don't know if that's a
Right.
problem. It's not that important to me. Like, it's a week. I'll be fine.
Doesn't this guy like drink every single day? Like, I understand, but I don't know that much about Aaron, all right? I just know that he's a lying piece of shit and none of this is true. But wasn't there didn't somebody say, like, I think I heard somebody say that this guy drinks like every single day? Something like that.
That's the other thing. When I got out, I didn't crave booze. Like, I didn't want to drink. So then eventually 9-something comes around, and it's time to get booked in the jail cell in Cell Block B East. They take in, you strip down, you gotta bend over and cough, you gotta lift your balls, you gotta do all of that. So that's another reason I'm glad I did it all at once. I think you have to do that every time if you do weekends. And then
Didn't he say at one point when somebody said, oh, you got to do that every time? Did he say, no, you don't? You don't have to do that at all? They have the scanner? Yeah, he said they have the scanner. That you don't have to do that at all.
changed into the clothes, got my radio. You get a little radio with headphones, and what that radio has is a frequency that the TV is on. There's 2 TVs in the day room, and you put your radio headphones in, and then you can watch TV. Got my radio, got my headphones for my phone or tablet, whatever you want to call it. Got your tote, your carrying tote.
OG Mumbling Nick says, oh shit, the toe is loose. Yes, he got out on Friday. Believe it or not, they shaved a day off. And so he did a show this morning where he is lying about everything that happened in jail.
With all your mattress and all your stuff in it, and then you go into the cell block. Lower tier was out, but they let me make my bed, do all of that stuff, and then they let me come down, load up my canteen card, do the vending machines if I wanted to, whatever. But it's like 9:30. I'm fucking tired. I turned on, I think, Avengers Endgame, and I went to bed. That was day 1. Day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, they all kind of run together. So really, it's going to be super chat questions that kind of narrow down specifics, and it's all going to kind of be focused on what you want to know. But my favorite things in there were the movies. I probably watched The Big Short
Mods, ban young old vibe. I don't have any mods.
3 times. Being able to watch football and then the basketball season starting, ESPN in the morning, all the morning talk shows where they talk about how dog shit the Vikings are. That was great. Basketball played outside first. The outside basketball court had no net. That was the first thing. That was the first thing that bothered me, but also made me go, hey, asshole, you're in jail. That's how this works. I will say that the outside basketball was okay, but there were no games outside. It was just kind of shoot around. Indoor rec was way better. They have a nice basketball court there. Like their indoor basketball court is like that, you know, that synthetic, like that rubber kind of the pieces. You know, sometimes you'll see it at like hotel basketball courts or whatever. Really nice, like brand new looking basketball court.
I assume they didn't have a pool table.
No, they had ping pong. They had, or as the Chinese call it, ping pong. Basketball, ping pong, weight room. They had a barber, but I didn't get my hair cut in jail. I got my hair cut yesterday. Yeah.
Once again, I want to remind everybody he was in jail for 7 fucking days. 7 days. To put that into perspective, earlier this year, I was in the hospital for over 2 weeks.
Pull-ups.
Arguably worse than jail.
Bags. They had bags there. I didn't want to call it cornhole while I was there. Also, I will say this to people who have never been on the inside. Stop.
You haven't either.
Like thinking it's movies and TV.
That's what
it is zero.
Well, yeah, but you were also in jail. How many movies and TV?
Yeah,
I feel like
true.
movies and TV lean way more on like the prison side.
He literally just at the beginning of this video said that he got caught up on all the movies, and there was a particular movie that he really liked that he immediately bought on Amazon. So he literally said at the beginning of this it was all movies and TV.
Stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Portray.
Well, it was movies and TV and being a basketball star and teaching card games to inmates and being the event coordinator and the guy who's doing all the
Everything as that.
You're right. But there were even people telling me like, oh no, Aaron, jail is sometimes even worse than prison. And I'm like, guys, and then you have like people who
That is actually true. There are places like, I don't know what this jail is that he went to. Like, I've never heard of it. It's almost like a goddamn country club. This is like the strangest jail I've ever heard of. But most of the jails that I've been, well, the jail that I've been to was terrible. I was only there for a few days over the weekend, but it sucked. It was literally like bologna sandwiches for every meal. Well, it wasn't every meal, but essentially should have been. It was terrible. It was absolutely awful. Nick's talking to young old. Close that out, but yeah. But maybe I was just in holding. I don't know. I don't think I ever went to county jail, but I've heard that from people who have been to county jail and prison, saying that county jail is actually worse because since you're not expected to be there for very long, they just don't really give a shit about stuff. Like man, it sounds like if you want to go to, if you need to commit a crime, a misdemeanor or something with jail time, where you're going to just end up in county jail, it sounds like going to upstate Minnesota is the place to go. It's like a fucking country club, if what he's saying is true, which I doubt.
work there who are fans of the show.
Although we do know that they do have the tablets with the movies and stuff on it, right? That was already confirmed by a couple of attorneys that, that's the way they do it, is they have tablets now and the inmates can order their canteen off of it and watch movies and whatnot on it. So, which I thought, that's pretty cool. But I guarantee, once again, all Aaron did was lay in his bunk and watch movies or whatever. He didn't read the Bible. He wasn't a basketball superstar.
Show messaging you, and they're like, dude,
He
it's
didn't
not.
teach people
It's
cribbage. That's the
in the day
game I
room
was trying
most
to
of the
remember.
day. You got education.
Yeah,
you
but
got.
been in detention. It's like that only all day long.
It's funny. I did say that to someone. I'm like, this is like being in ISS in high school, in an odd way. You know, we did have taco day. It wasn't Tuesday. I think it was Thursday. We had tacos.
Mm.
So,
That must have been
or
nice.
like taco salad, whatever.
Do
it
the
was.
people like now? Obviously, I'm again thinking of prison version. Like, is there like an actual like food staff, or do the people?
No,
like
they bring in trays. I'm sure there's a kitchen somewhere where they're putting this shit
Right.
together, but they wheel in trays.
All right. That was part 1. Stolid 19 has the good ones here. Let's go to. Oh, there's a part 3. I'm not going to do the part 3. But let's do the part 2 real quick, and then we'll call it before PDP.
I did think of one thing that Sean, potentially criminal, said that I have to call him on this. He's 1,000% wrong. He's 1,000,000% incorrect. He said we lock people up because we're afraid of them, not because we hate them. As someone who has been there, that is the most delusional, naive statement.
For 7 days.
I have ever heard. Our jails.
None of these people were intimidated.
I'm not afraid of any of these people.
Well, of course not, Larry Bird. You could see over all of them.
They were my basketball buddies. But these are people, especially the people in there for drugs and the things that stem from drugs. They need therapy. They need a doctor. They need someone to talk to them about their childhood, about the way they were brought up. Because one thing about therapy, when you do it right, you don't know until someone kind of makes you talk about it and brings it out of you why you
Kind
are.
of goes, hey, that's f***ed up.
And you go, well, wait, yeah. And it clicks with you. And you're like, oh, shit, yeah. That's
Yeah, that
something
was
that was
fucked up.
passed down from my dad, from his dad, from that guy's dad, from that. And you got to be the one to break that kind of behavior. Everybody who's maybe online too much, we're done. We're cooked. We're heading for a fall. And I mean, as society, you're all kind of sociopaths. It's over. Like, unless you start putting that phone down,
You gotta unplug.
we're not coming back from this. We're done.
Well, it's easy for you to say. Every day you had like 2 hours of mandatory touch grass time.
My mental health in jail was
This
good.
is about to be.
Was great. I didn't have like notifications on my phone that I felt like I needed to respond to. I didn't have notifications of bullshit that I didn't have.
I'd just like to point out that he's not wrong about this. This is why my phone, I don't have notifications on anything. The only thing that I get notifications for, other than just a badge or just all my notifications are just on my notification shade. When I want to see them, I see them. The only time my phone rings, makes noise, vibrates, or anything like that is if my parents call or my family calls. And that is it. Or they send a text. Any other text messages, anything on X, anything like that, my phone does nothing until I pull out on that notification sheet.
Shit, I was scrolling through just to keep me
So you could just do that without going to jail is my point.
busy.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have shit that I was just doing out of habit because I was fucking bored. I filled my time with shit. I sat down. I took notes. I was present in where I was, even if that was jail. I was present. I got home. I didn't want my phone. Since I've been home, when I come down here to do anything, or I'm upstairs doing anything, or I'm doing dishes, or I'm out shopping or anything, when SP and I went out to dinner, I left my phone at home. I didn't want it. And I was present for the entire dinner.
wouldn't
And
go that far.
you don't need to check the time. There's nothing on your phone that you need. Literally nothing on here you don't need it.
Well,
How many times do we take our phone out during something we go like that just to look at what time it is? And then you see
a notification.
Knock it off. Stop it.
get one of
I
these.
thought about it today. I only kept the phone close today for the show because I knew a lot of people were going to be writing in. I wanted to, make sure I got to everybody.
And stuff, yeah.
But I'm
So
leaving
he's
this
falling right
thing
back into
upstairs.
it.
Like when I do stuff now, I have a rule. I can check my phone for texts and phone calls. And then I have to leave it alone for 3 hours. And that's what I've been doing since I've been out. I had a moment where I didn't, I had like a segment of 3 hours where I didn't have my phone near me. And I literally felt my muscles being lighter and more relaxed. And I wasn't thinking about anything. I was present in what I was doing. The minute I literally just brought my phone closer to me, I felt more tense. I turned.
My buddy Nick says he has 3 young kids, but doesn't think he needs his phone. That tells you everything. He's not worried about them. Yeah. Listen, I'm not going to say like my phone isn't fantastic and that I don't need it everywhere I go. I take it everywhere I go because it has important stuff on it that I may or may not need. I also don't sit and scroll on it all fucking day long. I got shit to do. This is obviously somebody who doesn't have shit to do or is just absolutely addicted to their phone. And Woody's like forced to get away from it. As I said, you could just not do it. Like my phone, I've set up my phone specifically so that it does not interrupt me unless I need to be interrupted, basically like a family member or something calls. Because we don't call, we have a text, we have a chat, we have a text room that the family uses because we're spread all over the United States. And that's how we communicate. If I get a call, that's bad. So I have it set to it only rings when certain people call, and those are my family members, right? So I don't get notification sounds, buzzes, or anything. It doesn't light up. Nothing happens when I get a notification for anything. I turn notification. Well, I have notifications on for everything. I just have all the indicators off so that when I pick up my phone on occasion, usually about once an hour or something like that, I can hit the shade. You go, okay, I don't care about any of these. Hit clear all, and that's it. Right? You could just do that and not have to go to jail, is what I'm saying.
On my phone after 7 days. And
But of course, this guy is he doesn't understand tech at all.
there was nothing on there that I needed. Like, of what I missed in the last week, there was an appointment I have for orientation with my probation officer and an interview that I booked we scheduled our date. But again, all of that waited till I got out. There was
all fine.
Oh, and I forgot to hit run payroll before I left. So I ran payroll about 1 day late. But other than
Way
that,
to go, dick.
sorry. I ran that 1 day late. I still think payroll's going to hit on the same day, but there was nothing that was necessary. There was nothing pressing for time. There was nothing. It's all voluntary. None of you are as important as you think you are, and if we don't change, you're dead. I'm just built different. But when it comes to the jail thing, when I was going in, yeah, nervous as shit. But I'll tell you what kind of muted that was having to sit there in central booking for 8 hours.
Then you were just so utterly bored.
You can't see it because of my mask, but I am in awe of this guy. Like, this is a bit. This is literally, as I said, this is a bit on Red versus Blue. When one of the guys, I believe it was Griff, was like locked up for like an hour, and he comes out talking just like this. This is fucking. I don't even have the words. As I said, when I went, I was like, well, that sucked.
You're just bored. There's nothing going on. And
Once again, none of this happened. This is all lies, and I'm pretty sure he's just saying this because he doesn't want his hate. He doesn't want to admit to his haters that it sucked for some reason.
My other attorney told me, Todd told me before I went in, he goes, it's a hotel with a heavy door. And it really is. I mean, except for the times where you're locked down and you literally have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
Once you're in the day room, you can go to the CO and you can go, hey, man, can I get that basketball behind you? I want to go outside. I want to shoot a little. You can do that. Hey, man, can I get a cribbage board from you? I want to play a little cribbage. Hey, man, can I get Uno? I want to play some Uno. Go to the vending machine, grab a soda and a bag of chips, play some cribbage. You know, there were guys playing gin rummy and stuff. They had a big gin rummy game going, cribbage tournament, whatever. Like, it's you're not working on the chain gang. You know, you're not people wanted to know about showers. You have your own, not your own shower, but you have a shower that's there's 4 showers on the 2 up and 2 down. And it's one person at a time. You go in there whenever you have free time, and you go and you close the door and you take a shower. That's it. You can't lock it, obviously. They don't let you lock it.
That's way different than...
You close it, you take the towel, you put the towel up in the door. There's a little tiny window. Put the towel up in the door, it blocks out the window. You have total privacy. You have the shower curtain. I hung out with white guys, hung out with black guys, right? But like...
In the previous video, he said he was the only white guy there, I would like to point out.
When I hung out with the black guys, it was a lot of fun.
What is this with Johnny? Wait, what? He's just like,
because...
Oh my God, you got to hang out with black guys? How great. Hold on, let's see this
I hung out
again.
with white guys, hung out with black guys.
I got a shout out here. Hey, Ash.
Right? But like, when I hung out with the black guys, it was a lot of fun because white guys put the towel up in the door, it blocks out the window. You have total privacy. You have the shower
Keep an eye on Johnny
I hung out
here.
with white guys, hung out with black guys, right? But like, when I hung out with the black guys,
He's coming.
it was a lot of fun because being the white guy in with black guys, it's very easy to crack them up and make black people laugh. All you have to do is be yourself. Just be white. Just be a white dad who mows the lawn in New
Once again,
Balance.
did not happen.
And they think it's the
Did not happen.
funniest thing in the world. Thank you very much. And David with $5 says, you should volunteer at the jail. Do something to help those men who need it. I had an attorney tell me recently, and they actually sent me a link to an online course and said, it's not too late in your life. People think that it's too late to do certain things. He goes, I strongly encourage you, because I think you'd be good at it, to take online, to get your Juris Doctorate online.
Is he
He says it'll take about 3-4 years, but here's a couple of links to some good, respected programs, and get them online.
Oh no, Nick. What do you see? Nick asks, is Johnny openly gay or in the closet? I honestly don't know. Neither do I. Yeah, I got it. Neither do I. I'm pretty sure he's straight. He has a girlfriend. Do we
And I
want
was
to?
thinking about
Do we want to go back and
black white guy?
see how excited he was that
Blocks
Aaron
out the
got to
window.
hang
You
out
have
with
total
black guys?
privacy. You have the shower curtain. I hung out with white guys, hung out with black guys, right? But like, when I hung out with the black guys,
Hang out with black
it was
guys.
a lot of fun because being the white guy in with black guys, it's very easy to crack them up and make black people laugh. All you have to do is be
This just reeks of Brian Karam.
yourself. Just be white. Just be a white dad who mows the lawn in New Balances, and they think it's the funniest thing in the world. Thank you very much. And David with $5 says you should volunteer at the jail.
Yes,
Do
Ashley.
something
Steel toe does
to
suck.
help those men who
And
need
he's-
it.
it
I
is,
had an attorney tell me recently.
It's just his cope for going to jail has just been amazing.
And they actually sent me a link to an online course and said, it's not too late in your life.
It's everything that everybody thought he would say. He is the savior. He is a basketball star. He is a cribbage master. He is he watched every movie and read the whole Bible. And I'm not exaggerating. He said these
People
things.
think that it's too late
7 days, by the way.
to do certain things. He goes, I strongly encourage you, because I think you'd be good at it, to take online, to get your Juris Doctorate online. He says it'll take about 3-4 years, but here's a couple of links to some good, respected programs, and get them online. And I was thinking about doing that at some point here, because I saw a lot of those guys, and I'm like, these guys need help. And it's like,
what's
you
a
can-
Juris Doctorate?
that's what you need to, it's your law degree, and then you take the bar
Oh.
exam and shit like that.
Oh, to be like a lawyer and shit?
Yeah, and I would like,
That's what I was going to say. He's still going on about being a lawyer. It's like, dude, this guy doesn't understand the law as it is. He he can't do math correctly. It's literally a meme about steel toe, uh, steel toe math. Although I think that's just a thing that he does. But whatever.
To do some, like, I would like to keep doing the show, but like have that and do like public defender type work
Okay.
for guys.
Let's see, Ashley Cummings says, the reason I have zero respect for Steel Toe is that after Kiki screwed me, she called him. Then he did a show about me just being nasty, bringing up videos from 5 years ago. Yeah, then look what happened. He's a disaster. Yes, Ashley, I completely believe that. The guy lost his radio career for harassing a woman in Iowa who got the job that he wanted at a radio station. So he literally lost his job for sending people after her, and then he went to jail for harassing Kayla Ricada, and he also had a restraining order from his first wife. So yeah, he has a pretty good track record of being nasty to women. So yeah, I can see that happening, but not Kiki because she's a friend. I guess I don't know. Maybe he just wants to fuck her like everybody else is a friend of Kiki. But yeah, they have some weird relationship, Gino and Aaron Imholte and Keanu. I don't get it. Like Gino literally sent Aaron to jail twice. This is the second time Gino's mouth got Aaron put in jail, and still good friends. Still good friends.
Guys that I knew, like people I knew on the inside for a week.
Your Honor, can we all agree, like, Mikey doesn't deserve this?
I want to be Mikey's lawyer. Like, honestly, there's two guys in there that made me go, I do want to be a lawyer. I do. Because, like, you can talk a bunch of shit about how the system's all wrong and how these people are this and that. And it's great to just talk that shit and then walk away. But, like, put some skin in the game. So I did think about volunteering.
Mhm.
And then also, when a lawyer told me, not told me, but encouraged me to do that, I was like, maybe I.
Now he's talking to lawyers in jail. Ashley says, I heard Steel Toe's out of the Bisconti biz. Who gives a shit? They're all dirt. He is not. Yeah. Basically, disavowed him. Like, he won't have any more business dealings with him. But, like, literally, I would, like, within, like, a couple of hours after leaving the courthouse, after saying that, after his pleading that he'll never deal with Gino Bisconti again, Gino was on a show. He was on MLC. Gino was on MLC with Chad and Brennan, and Chad asked him about that, and Gino said, "Oh, you're acting like we weren't just on the phone texting and laughing about it like just now." It's like, yep, Gino's sending him to jail again. This time it's going to be for the full 364 days. Let's see, Ashley says that's even more embarrassing. It is. It is.
Maybe it's something to think about. But I would like to help those guys out because nobody pushes back. Like, our prosecutorial system is evil. It's really, really bad. It's sociopathic. It's unfeeling.
I would just like to point out to you, fine ladies and gentlemen, that the best way to not go to jail for violating your release conditions is to not violate your release conditions like this guy did. Several times, over and over, constantly. In fact, so much that I feel like the judge was being lenient with the 15-day sentence. Well, 15 days minus 2 served, and then, the good behavior, and then they got him out before the weekend. So it ended up being 7 days. I felt the judge was being way too lenient for this guy because he is not learning. He's not complying. Ashley says he's sociopathic. Yes, he's something. He's got something weird going on here.
No empathy. There's no nothing. These are just bad people who are out for their own statistics. They're out to look at the back of their rookie card to see what they can shop to other law firms. They don't give a about people, society, whether or not people get better. These are, I'm not going to say bad people, but they're people who actively participate in an evil system. I wanted to talk about the day I got out.
Yes, the day you
So
got out.
I didn't think I'd be able to sleep the day I got out. I was surprised that I was able to get to sleep. I watched my new favorite movie for the third time, and I was able to fall asleep. The Big Short is like,
Yeah, that's the one he said he watched in jail, and also he finally saw. Was it the Quantumania? Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania that he was talking about before going into jail. He finally saw it. It's all right.
my new. I love that movie. Can't believe it took me 10 years to watch it. It's Thursday night, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to fall asleep. I fall asleep. I get up at about 4:15, 4:20, somewhere around there, bro. And I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stay awake and I'll pace back and forth. And then I just passed right out again. I wake up literally, there's those times you wake up and it's like your brain tells you something's about to happen, so it wakes you up.
Mm-hmm.
I wake up and it's like literally 3 seconds after I wake up that the officer appears in the little window slit thing and starts unlocking, then goes, Imholte, pack up your stuff, get ready to go. I'm like, all right, packing up my tote, my dark blue tote, all my sheets, all my bedding, all my clothes, my clean clothes that I haven't worn yet, all of that stuff. And then I take
That he hadn't worn yet because he's only been there for 7 days.
my belongings that I bought from the canteen and I put them on top of the tote, walk down. I have my phone tablet thing. And I was going to call a cab. Because after you get out, whatever you have left on your canteen account, they give you money. And
Okay.
so I was going to take the money that was left from my canteen. I was going to get a cab and go home. It was 5 in the morning. I'm not calling my girlfriend. I'm not calling any of my friends or cousins. I'm not calling my family members who live in the area. I'm not calling people at 5 in the morning to come pick me up from jail. Plus, I would have made, people are going to say, why didn't you make plans to get picked up? We didn't know I was getting out Friday, first of all, and I didn't know I was getting out at 5 in the morning. So I didn't want to inconvenience anyone.
I don't know about this guy, but if I got out of jail at 5 in the morning, any of my family would be more than happy to come get
My
me.
girlfriend sent me the number for
In fact, they'd be upset if I did get a cab.
a yellow cab the night before, and I wrote it down, and I was going to do that.
Okay.
They said, before you get discharged, ask them if you can use the phone to make the call. They told me that the day before. I said, okay, cool. I'm going out there. I'm getting discharged. And I go, can I use your phone so I can call a cab? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We can't let you do that. I'm like,
Dun,
well,
dun, dun.
I'm
Now we
kind of
got
like,
a
I need to
problem.
use the phone. They go, well, there's a phone downstairs. And that made me think, if there's a phone downstairs, there's like a courtesy phone. When you get out, you can pick up the phone, you can call, whatever. They said, but once you go out those doors, you can't come back in here. And it's 5 in the morning, so so you go out to that waiting room, and then downstairs is the lobby of the county sheriff's department.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it's 5 in the morning, nobody's there. Everything's locked, everything's closed. They don't
So
open
you
until 8:30.
So you had to wait till someone came to open shit up, didn't you?
Just wait. I get down there to use that phone. It's a pay phone. All I have are bills. I don't have
Oh,
change
fuckity.
for a phone call in my pocket. And there's nowhere to make
Yeah.
change. So I'm sitting there, and I haven't used a payphone in ages. And I didn't remember. I told you I didn't bring my phone, wallet, or keys to jail with me. So I'm like, okay, we're in a pickle here. Now, I was like, when I was a teenager at the community center and I didn't have money to make a phone call, you could dial 1-800-COLLECT. So I was wondering if that was
Right.
still a thing. I guess it's not.
Plus, you're gonna call a cab agency.
No, I was going to call somebody I knew to call me a cab. Because like I said, I
Okay.
didn't want to bother anybody,
Or
but I
just have
also
them pick
thought
you
they were
up.
going to let me use a phone to call a cab.
I don't understand how this guy doesn't have family that would be more than happy to come pick him up.
Yeah.
This is weird.
So
Right.
they didn't. Now, you know where I live. You
Yep.
know where the county jail is. It's downtown. It's by what's the bar there? It's by Howie's. It's about 30 degrees. There's frost on some of the cars. When I went to jail, I wore a Gophers football jersey and a pair of Under Armour shorts. That's what I've got.
Uh-oh.
That's what I've got on. And I'm looking around. I'm looking around, and I go, you know what? Ain't no option here. So I said, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jog until I get to a gas station. And I'm going to have the gas station either call me an Uber and I'll give them my license. I'll come back. I'll give them $20 or have
Right.
them call me a cab. I can just pay the cab. I did not prepare very well for this at all. I f***ed up the dismount on this because we all thought I was getting out at 11:27 a.m. when I went in.
Right.
And I could easily call anybody in the world at 11:27 a.m. I
A lot
wouldn't
of
feel
people
bad.
available at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I ain't calling anybody at 5 in the morning. That I'm not going to inconvenience people.
Essentially, he has nobody that he knows that will be happy to come pick him up at 5 in the morning. Aaron, you should have the lie should have been, yeah, so I just called my girlfriend and she came and got me. That should have been it.
Even though people are like, no, you should have inconvenienced. No, it's not cool. So I start jogging. I'm jogging. I got to go down 9th Avenue. You know where that underpass is?
Oh, wait. There is speculation that there is no SP anymore, that he doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. Maybe that's the reason. And he can't call anybody else. Who's he going to call? His ex-wife? Either of his ex-wives? Nick? Cheeto? Like, what friends does he have? Johnny?
By like 9th Avenue Express, going up towards Veterans Drive there,
Oh yeah.
where a
Yeah.
lot of homeless people hang out. So I'm jogging in the median. And in my mind, I'm like, well, 9th Avenue Express is coming up. That's a gas station. I'll stop there. I'll make a call.
Right.
9th Avenue Express, I did not know this is closed at 5 in the morning.
Oh.
And as I'm jogging, as I'm looking around, I'm like, there is nowhere other than 9th Avenue Express until I go down Veterans across 15, past the old Electrolux building, all of that, to Quick Trip.
I know exactly where all these... Quick Trip! Tukey!
I'm jogging.
Knocked on my door at this point.
I'm not going to knock on anyone's door at 5 in the morning.
Tukey said the Quick Trip there is actually pretty fucking dope. Has some great food.
I don't know who got a gun. I don't know what kind of
Oh, that's fair.
issue there is. And what am I'm sitting there holding a bag with my belongings from the county jail. Hi, I just got out of jail. Can you help me out? No,
I got
thanks.
these cheeseburgers, man.
So I start jogging, and then I walk a little bit, and then I jog, and then I walk a little bit, and I jog, and I'm getting a workout. And it's cold, but as long as I jog, I'm staying warm. And I got a hat, so the heat in my head is staying.
Is retaining. That's actually
Yeah.
one of the more important parts.
And it kept me warm.
Yeah.
So the only thing that was getting cold were my shins because they were exposed. Everything else, I'm doing pretty well. I'm jogging, so obviously my heart's pumping like crazy. You know when Henry Duke.
One in the chat, if you believe that he fucking jogged for miles to get to the Quick Trip.
Card, Ra's al Ghul tells Christian Bale, he says, warm your heart, your arms will take care of themselves. It's true.
Yeah.
I would have lost my mind had there not been like markers that I knew meant I was getting, like checkpoints almost. So I get there, I jog, I get to Quick Trip, and I feel accomplished because I'm like, you went for a fucking run today, dude.
Right.
Nice work. You went for a run. I got in. I didn't tell them I just got out of jail. I made up some bullshit stories so I didn't sound like a lunatic. And a guy went to call me a cab, one of the employees there, and none of the cab places were answering. It's kind of like 1-800-COLLECT. I'm like, I haven't used these in a long time. I don't even know if they exist. The guy is nice enough. He goes, I'm going to get you an Uber. Because Quick Trip is like a couple miles from my house.
Right.
And I said,
Well, you've already run to the Quick Trip. Why don't you just run home?
well, here, this is what I have.
So he's running all this distance to the Quick Trip, right? Jogging. He's waiting for a run. He's doing a real run, making it seem like it's miles away. It's all the way over there. Quick Trip, only a couple of miles from my home. I need to get a cab for that. I need to get an Uber for that.
I wasn't going to give him
Truth is, the Quick Trip was probably around the corner from the other place, and that was just down the street. So he'd probably jogged for a good 5-10 minutes, if that long.
anything that said county jail on it, but I have my driver's license. I said, I'm going to give you my driver's license. I'm going to come back here. I'm going to give you $20. Take my license back. Thank you for calling me like a $10 Uber. Calls me the Uber. I get Ubered home. I get showered. I get changed. I do everything else. I go back. I give him the $20. I get my license. I look at my phone and I'm like, I got to know how far the county jail is from this quick trip. I got to know how, because I'm thinking like, I just jogged like a couple miles. Feeling
Sounds
pretty
like
good about myself. 4.7 miles
It was
from
not.
the jail to Quick Trip.
I
in
guess somebody can look
30-degree
that
weather,
up.
in shorts and a t-shirt.
But he couldn't jog the last couple of miles.
Kind of like a badass.
What if, and hear me out, what if your break really made people realize how much they like checking the show out live and
Believe
stuff
me.
like that? Like they listen in
I
later.
don't
and
care.
they,
I was just about to look it up on maps that I realized I don't give a shit. He's lying.
lately they've been tuning in. They're like, oh my God. And so they all rushed in. And even the internet like had a week off from you. And it's like, you know what? I need that toe. Even I was itching to go this morning. Woke up an hour early. Like, explain that shit.
Let me tell you something. When I came back, I saw some of the tweets and some of the clips, even from people who fucking hate the toe.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to say it, and I know you never would. I noticed you fucking missed me and you needed me.
Actually, we're all here watching this because just for this specific reason. We're here to listen to the cope, to the fantastical stories of your prison, of your harrowing 7 days in prison. I don't think, does he get that? I don't know. I don't know enough about Aaron. Does he actually understand that? Or is he just saying this bullshit just because it's like a character, or he thinks it's more entertaining to say that, oh, you really liked me. Even my haters were sad that I was gone, and that's why everybody's here. It's like, no, we're here to listen to this fucking ridiculous story that you weaved.
Badly. I even the Clippers, no offense, guys, I saw some of the stuff you were putting out there. You need the toe badly. Like, I've never felt more needed and necessary. I am the straw that stirs the drink. I am the engine that powers the vehicle. I am the alpha and the omega. Before me, there were many. After me, there will be none. I am the MAN guy. I'm the dude.
Absolutely, Aaron.
You want my
100% agree.
show?
He is the
Enjoy me.
man. He is the
Because
guy.
someday you're not going to have me, and you're going to lose your fucking mind.
That is true.
Dude, I need to know. Do you think, I want to see if Mikey has a release date. I forgot how to look up the roster. I want to see if Mikey has a release
his
date.
friend
I want to
Mikey.
have Mikey on the show. Via
I
Zoom,
wanna know.
obviously. But, like, I want to see if I can get Mikey on the program.
Well, go for it, man. I am mildly curious what that mofo did.
Angelica's doll says, Aaron, I can't even try to make sense of these lies. I knew this was going to trigger people, too. I knew that certain people, if I didn't come out just sobbing and crying and, you know, it wasn't the worst thing that ever happened, they were going to go, you're just
Nobody's expecting him to come out sobbing and crying, but, you know, you can come out and say, oh, it sucked. Or you say something like, I just laid in my bunk all day and watched videos, watched movies. They had a tablet I could watch movies on. I had a bunch of canteen and stuff like that. So I just kind of laid in bed and laid in the thing for 7 days. You know, I got out and walked around the wreck every now and again and mostly just sat in my bunk and watched movies. And that would have been the most reasonable thing to do, which was probably exactly what he did. But it would have been the most reasonable thing to say, not this fanciful story of fucking basketball and, got the name of the fucking game again, whatever, greatness, and watching all the movies and reading the Bible and Jesus.
lying. Here's the problem with a lot of steel toe fan fiction. They can't be further off. My lawyer was saying on Friday, he goes,
Yeah, or his fiction is canon, I guess.
honestly, he goes, it's embarrassing to see some of these people with legal takes. He goes, it's some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Wait, did
And
he
you're like,
say
yeah,
that?
I mean,
Did you say that was one of the guards or something?
on Friday, he goes, whatever happened, they didn't come out just sobbing and crying and, you know, it wasn't the worst thing that ever happened. They were going to go, you're just lying. Here's the problem with a lot of steel toe fan fiction. They can't be further off. My lawyer was saying on Friday, he goes, honestly, he goes, it's embarrassing to see some of these people with legal takes. He goes, it's some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen. And you're like,
100% his lawyer did
I
not
told
say
him, I go,
that.
don't tell them that though. They'll say you're a bad guy and you're a liar. He goes, yeah, I'm a f***ing professional. I don't know what to tell you. But like, I knew that
Professional liar.
His lawyer 100% said, do not ever talk about Kayla Ricade again. Do not refer to her. Do not infer. Do not refer. Do not bring up a super chat. Do not look at a chat. Do not think about Kayla Ricada for the next 2 years, or you're going to jail for a year. Or you'll be doing what you just did for a year instead of 7 fucking days.
like, okay, the jogging story is embarrassing. You've got that. That's a
Yeah.
fun little embarrassing
didn't
story
happen.
for you.
I bet if we did look it up, it was probably like a quarter mile.
I think you know what the thing is you keep like bright siding it, and that's what they're not handling.
I'm
Like,
an optimistic guy. I can't help it. I make the best of every situation I'm in.
You mean like having your best friend Gina say a bunch of shit about the person you're not supposed to say shit about and send you to jail a couple of times?
No, there were three employees who were fans, and there
No, there were not.
was oh no, it was 4 employees.
Oh,
I
no,
thought
it's
the one
4.
was a trustee. They weren't. They
Tomorrow
were
it'll be 5.
What do you call it? The toilet maintenance. They were the maintenance worker.
okay.
Was the one of them, but one of them was a white shirt.
How many employees do you think will be fans by next week? I'm assuming about half the
One
staff.
of them was an officer and f***ed with me. Like played some kind of weird joke on me and a CO. So I found out I was getting out on Friday,
Mm-hmm.
which was a shock to me. I didn't think I was getting out Friday. And I found out I was getting out Friday at 5 a.m., which was a shock to me as well. And so remember when I said that CO came in and pulled aside my cellmate and I and asked us if everything was going okay in there?
Yeah.
Well, she said she had papers for him because he got in on a DUI and he had to sign some shit. And then she told me, oh, we have a court order for you that you need to look at. I'm like, no, I'm just used to like retarded shit happening to me at this point. And
Right.
I'm like, no, this is going to fuck up Friday. Are you kidding me? And the white shirt guy, the officer, he sticks his head in. He goes, like, we can hear him, like, where he's not behind a wall, but he's not saying anything. He's not being verbal. He's just pointing at me and he's going, she's like, what? And I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm panicking at this point. I'm like, what? What's going on? And she's like, well, nothing. I just have some papers that I need you to look at from the court and sign. And he looks at her, he goes, and we're like, what are you doing? And he's like, and he looks at her, he goes, I was just kidding with you. She goes, oh, these aren't for him? He goes, no, they're for someone else. And I'm like, we don't get to make those jokes. And he was a guy who had said that he was a fan before. And I'm like, you don't get to make those jokes with prisoners in jail, do you? Like, you just get to...
No, there's a special connection there that makes you think you can make that one.
You just get to fuck with me like that?
Yes.
I'm going to say, outside looking in, hilarious.
Oh, funny, very funny joke. Very funny joke. Because that one had my heart in my throat. That one, I was like, no, what happened now?
Well, oh shit. Sorry, I was working on something and didn't realize I had fucked everything up there for you. I guess you couldn't hear anything. So, whatever. I guess we can
Some
go to
kind of weird
the last little
joke.
bit is just some practical joke that was played on him. I was trying to set something up and forgot that I wasn't in studio mode. Anyway. So that's it. Steel Toe had a wonderful time in jail, made a lot of friends, was a pro, won the basketball tournament, won the whatever tournament, read the whole Bible, watched every movie, and just had a wonderful time and had a lot of friends and had a lot of fans and friends from in the staff and in the... None of that happened. He laid in his bunk for the 7 days and watched movies. Got up to the vending machine, would grab a soda and some chips on occasion, went back to his bunk, watched some more movies. That's what happened. And I don't blame him. That would be what I expect to happen. So I don't know why he has to come up with all this bullshit, but it's steel toe. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun show. So let's leave you with the traditional Sam Bibly clip where he and have a great night.
I did think of one thing that Sean,
That was-
potentially
that is
criminal,
not the
said
Sam
that
Bibly.
I have to call him on this. He's 1,000% wrong. He's 1,000,000%.
Come on, what are you doing? There we go. I'll start it over. I muted the wrong thing.